Alright guys, I said I would take you through the Lost Bastille, going through Belfry Luna, and that's what we're gonna do. Uh, I'm not excited about this one, so I gotta rouse myself up here. Let's go. Let's do this. Alright. I'm gonna force myself to play this one. First thing we gotta do... Well, I guess we don't technically have to do it. Hey, you know what? I was going to... Ooh, he dropped the Twilight Herb. That's a good drop. I was going to go through and wake Strayed, but we'll do that when we go do the Lost Center. I'm just gonna go straight to the Belfry. Forget about the dog. If you remember from one of the couple videos ago, I came in here and literally I did not step even through the door before the fog gate came down and I was invaded. I told you that in new game invasions almost never happen. That's true. There is an exception though. The Belfry Luna, the Belfry Soul, and any place where the Rat Bros hold. These places are essentially made to be invaded. That's just the nature of it. The developers intended it to be that way, and it's going to happen. So if you don't want to be invaded, don't play online in these areas. Play offline.
Undead! Undead! Keep your hands off our bell! The great bell of Orkin. The bell belongs to the princess, it do. Stay back or we slice you to bits. Me and my chums, we shan't be moved. Stay back or your pieces, tiniest pieces.
I like that guy. He's pretty cool.
A long time ago, the princess she made me. Yes, just like so.
Who's the princess?
To guard this bell for the prince's honour. Stay away, foul undead, or you'll be a goner. Stay back! It belongs to the princess, it do.
We'll go over more of these guys when we do a lore video on the Soul and the Luna Belfry Tower. They're pretty interesting. These guys are not actually humans. They are, well, according to the guy, they're marionettes, but more likely not, they're faux human. They're some kind of puppet type thing that was turned into a living creature, sort of similar to Pinocchio, just without the long nose.
You wish to guard the bell, you do. For the prince and the princess forever. For true.
No.
Useless. Be gone right now.
So that's how you can join their covenant and become a dirty, dastardly invader yourself, if you're so inclined. I should point out that just because we're offline does not mean this place is easy and not dangerous. This place is actually pretty tough. Oh, man. Really? You saw I took damage there even though I blocked it. He has dark on his weapon. In fact, I think pretty much everyone up here does, I believe. But those are black phantoms, and obviously black phantoms are much harder than normal guys. Skeptic Spice. We're gonna drop down here real quick. This is a sort of side area. You can only get to it by dropping down. Okay, I don't remember what's in this. Ah, the blue Tearstone Ring. If you played Dark Souls 1, you probably remember the blue Tearstone Ring. Increases your physical defense when HP is low. Not particularly useful to me, but some people find uses for it. More skeptic spice. A lot of people like to use bonfire aesthetics in this area to farm spices, essentially. We're not going to do that, obviously, but some people do. Alright. You might be worried when you see invaded by Dark Spirit Bellkeeper. That's an NPC. Don't worry, he's supposed to invade you. And he is not actually down here in this area. He is actually up top. And we will go find him in a bit here. Alright, this, I hate going up here. This is not easy. This is actually one of the harder things in the game, in my opinion. Let's see, what kind of resins do we got here? Poison? They're not going to live long enough for poison to matter. Try aromatic ooze. Get out of here. When you get up here, you need to keep moving. Put a wall between you and the rest of the guys. Where's Mr. Bellkeeper? Did he fall off? I am confused. As you see, these guys get staggered pretty much every time you hit them. So, if you're having trouble, using a quick weapon can help you. I can't figure out where the invader Bellkeeper went, though. He must have fallen down or something. Yep, there he is. He's down there. He fell. Actually, that really helped me, because if he had not fallen, this would be pretty tough. I don't know why I keep hitting him. Just be like an invisible barrier there or something. That's alright. Pick up our items. More skeptic spice. Hitting this will allow us to fight the gargoyles. It's also part of the achievement for ringing the bells. He must not be able to climb the ladder or something. Alright, that is everything up here. Let's fight the Bellkeeper. He's essentially the same as all the other ones, he just has more health. See? Easy as that. However, easy as he was, these guys up here are not easy. We're about to fight the gargoyles. Now, would have been really nice if I had a lightning resin, but I do not. So, what I'm going to do... Alright. Before we go in, we'll talk about what's going to happen. In the next room, 2 gargoyles are going to come to life, much like the gargoyles you fought in Dark Souls 1 atop the bell tower. However, unlike Dark Souls 1, when you get these gargoyles down to a certain amount of health, another gargoyle is going to spawn. I believe it's when one gargoyle hits 50% of its health. I believe. I could be wrong on that. It could be a different amount. But essentially, you don't want to hit more than one gargoyle. Because if you hit one gargoyle and hit his breakpoint, and then you hit another gargoyle and hit his breakpoint, and then say you hit another gargoyle and hit his breakpoint, you could have up to 6 gargoyles on you at one time. And I don't care how good of a player you are, you're probably not going to beat them if you have 6 gargoyles on you at one time. So, the trick to this is fighting only 1 gargoyle at a time. Oh, no, no. See, he started spewing some fire. Gotta get rid of him. Right. See, I am fighting 2 now, because I had taken 1 down to a certain point. Oh, that was bad. That was a bad roll. As you can see, this is not an easy fight. The easiest way to do this is probably to hit 1 a few times, run to the other side of the, by other side, I mean other side of the arena. Go back, hit him again, wash, rinse, repeat, until you have killed him. We'll try 1 more time. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them because, in all honesty, they're optional. Killing them does let you get the Bastille key, which opens up a lot of those doors that we were finding that were locked in this area. So that's helpful, but overall, you don't need to do anything here. Honestly, my weapon is not very good for fighting these guys, but applying some Dark Pine Resin probably won't hurt, so let's do that. Oh my god. If you have an infused bow, that's actually not a bad idea. Oh, no. Oh no. Oh no, that was not what I wanted to do. Because now I'm gonna have to fight all of them. Maybe not. Wasn't ready for that. I don't know if this is the last gargoyle, or maybe this is the last one. Don't do what I did there, that was bad. Oh, that must have been the last one. Alright. Okay, that was not the most expert way to do that, but they are deads. Soul of a Proud Knight hanging over here. Let's see what their soul says. The elaborate stone statue on the belfry mysteriously came to life. Okay, that says absolutely nothing about them. It's a fun fight, though. Definitely challenges you. And that is not all that's in the Lost, the Belfry. That's not it. That's just it for that part. Southern Ritual Band. This is actually a pretty important ring if you are a caster, because it adds a slot, an attunement slot. One of the secret treasures restored in Aldea raises the number of spells you may attune. This modest-looking ring contains very powerful magic. To imagine what unspeakable deeds were performed to create such rings, one need only recall the cruel fate of the residents of Aldea. Alright, lit the bonfire. I'm gonna rest just to restore my junk. But we don't actually want to be hasty here, because there's actually a pretty tough little area coming up here. I don't know if I can hit this guy or not. I can't. Alright. Well, let me do this. If you have... Actually, do I have it? I do not have. If you have Heavenly Thunder, this is actually a really good place to use it. Because down here we're going to get invaded again. Guy. What in the hell? Somehow I got turned around. I don't even know how that's possible when I was focusing on him, but okay. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen, because I'm not sure what happened there. I really don't have anything that's going to help me with this fight. Really, the only goal here is to kill as many of the dogs as possible before he gets down. Vorgol the Sinner, is not himself very difficult. In fact, quite the opposite. He's pretty simple. It's just the dogs that make it difficult, because they will sit there interrupting you, making life annoying. Here's the Bastille key, which will unlock a lot of good doors later on. And enchanted falchion, which is just an awful weapon. But if you wanted it, there you go. And that is it for the Lost Bastille, I believe. Unless I missed a secret door somewhere. I don't think I did, though. So, there, I did it. We can plane it. Bye.